You go in there to see a highly anticipated movie, and then that pops off. And what got me is this: that happened in Aurora, Colorado. I don't know what the black population is in Aurora or anything like that, but it's funny that there was like no security there when that was happening. But remember when Straight Outta Compton came out and they had all that security at like a lot of the movie theaters in black neighborhoods, and not one thing popped off.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, history has shown that they've always overdid it when it was us involved, but when they should overdo it when it's for their own. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, they always assume that we're going to do something bad. Meanwhile, they turn a blind eye to their own, and their own ends up doing something, atrocious. But that's all I had to say for today. Thank you as always.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for coming up. All right, let's see who I got next. Jesse, what's going on?
What up, Taurean? Certified salute. Yeah, I agree with the previous callers, follow Jay and the sister before me. It's always a double standard when it comes to them. They can plead insanity all they want. They'll believe them with a heartbeat, but when it comes to us, it's like near impossible to prove insanity. I don't live in Aurora, but Aurora's like right next door. I remember.
You hit the mute button.
I remember James Holmson when that went down, and Aurora's like 20% black. Because a lot of us
that's actually higher than what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, a lot of us got gentrified out of Denver, so we ended up moving to Aurora. So that's how Aurora is. Aurora is de facto sundown town. So there's certain parts of Aurora where it's like you don't want to go at all because it's still racist as hell out there. But some people should not be parents. So them kids, I really feel for those kids. Like that's a damn thing that they had to deal with that. The damn mom had them eating roaches and
at that at that point, whenever I hear stories like that, when people abuse their kids like that, and people, I remember when I posted, especially when it comes to my Patreon videos, and how I labeled people like her. Some people got upset by that, but I had to explain to them why I said it. When it comes to a woman who abuses her kids like that, I don't call her a mother. I call her a womb carrier.
Right.
Just like if it comes to a dad who does that to his kids, I call him a sperm donor. It's funny because when I say sperm donor, people didn't get upset by that because that's something that's always been floated around, especially when it comes to the deadbeat dad narrative. But when it comes to these mothers out there doing stuff like that, the minute I said womb carrier, how dare you say something like that? Like I felt like I got hit with fire and brimstone. That's what I had to explain to them. Like that's why I said it. I'm not calling every woman or every mother a womb carrier, just ones who does stuff like that. Like think about it. Would you call a woman a mother who made their kids eat cockroaches and ants and was chasing after them with knives? You would not call someone like that a mother.
Like they call men that don't take care of their kids sperm donors. She's just an egg donor.
Yeah.
But that's all I had, Taurean. Make sure I check out Line Blacc News later on tonight. I did announce that I'm going to run for House District 8 here in the state of Colorado. So I'm filling out the paperwork right now. So I will be on the ballot in November election here in Colorado.
Appreciate you. And good luck on the campaign run.
Thank you.
All right, shout out to Jessica coming up. I think I have an idea of who this is. What's going on? KG, is this you?
Of course it is. Who else would it be?
I gotta be sure because someone probably could try to pull one of your moves. I know Wallow did it a couple times.
Yeah, so two things. That Melania thing, apparently she knows somebody that dated one of Trump's former, I guess, business associates that was linked to Epstein, and she had gotten deported. So I guess she's pissed off. She said she's about to drop everything, and she don't care what goes on. So there's that. I think that's why she did that statement.
Okay.
But the Donald Craig thing, it's even worse than what you reported.
Yeah, it is. That's why I wanted you to come up and go into further detail, because I know that you had did a live about it this morning. You was going like really into it, and I'm like looking at these numbers. I remember the screenshot that you sent me. This dude got a lot of nerve to want to charge these people thousands of dollars for posts like he's that important. And that also tells me, and that also tells me that he probably most likely mismanages his money.
Well, I don't know if you heard me when I said this, but you know he moved from Tennessee to Miami, right?
Yeah, I knew. I kind of figured that.
Right. So that's probably why he's really pissed off, because 90 days without money on there.
Mm-hmm. He went from a place that was fiscally good on his pockets to a place that is not good for him, especially now that he got hit with this demonetization. And that's why I said in the chat to Wallow, when he said he got demonetized for 90 days, I said 90 days, 3 months is a long time to not make money, especially if that is your only form of income, and especially also if you're not good with your money and you aren't investing properly where your money can spread, that can cover you to last those 90 days. That way you're good. To me, that just sounds to me like he was not good with his money. Like he was just spending like crazy. He even admitted in that post, whether he was lying or not, from the sound of it, he could be telling the truth that he was not managing his money properly. Like he was just living every day like it was a Saturday night.
Mm-hmm. And then did you see the other screenshot where he said he was charging like almost $1 million?
Yes, that's ridiculous.
And who are you? And he kept talking about, celebrities know me. I'm like, the highest celebrity.
Who knows you?
No, he said the highest celebrity he knows was Kyrie Irving. I'm like, okay, you probably tweeted at him about something. He probably responded to you. That doesn't mean you know him.
Mm-hmm.
And right. I just find it hilarious because inadvertently he started something, because everybody now on X is talking about how they got demonetized and they're showing how much money they got. Boy, I think them Saudis got that app, boy.
Well, I mean, listen, you called it. Like you said, you called it like what, like last year, last year.
What?
That this was going to happen.
Yeah, I said, because remember, he changed the creator program twice in 2 years. I was like, he can't sustain this anymore. He's paying everybody. Now they're talking about, for this cycle, because I guess everybody got paid Friday. He's saying now they're changing the cycle around, and they're only going to really pay out people that do original content.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
And that was another thing he was complaining about.
Yeah, because none of his content is original. Like people were saying in his chat, in his threads, that you're getting videos that are not yours from other places, and Facebook came up a lot, and you're watermarking it as if it's yours. That's digital plagiarism. Like, does he not understand what's going on here? And then he posting up AI images or videos of what's going on in a very serious, death-defying war right now. And you're putting all these captions up there and then acting so surprised and shocked when they said we're putting a pause on your monetization. Like that, I think that's the part that's getting me, is the fact that he's acting so obtuse to this.
Yeah, but the thing is, he knew this. Everybody knew this. Because I showed the statement yesterday where the Nikita dude that's running it basically said that back in February that they were changing this. Mm-hmm. So you knew this was coming because everybody got it. If you're in that creative program, you got that email.
Exactly.
So how come everybody else figured it out except you?
Because he probably thought he would slip, he could slide through the cracks. Because the thing is, he's done it so long, and he felt like, oh, they haven't caught me yet. The thing is, I think he already knew about it, but he felt like because I've gotten away with it for so long that they're not going to go after me. That's why in that pin post that I was reading when I got to talking about him, he was bringing up Elon a lot because he's trying to make. I'm like, Elon don't care about you. You are just another person on his app. Another person.
Remember, you remember when he begged for a year to get back his monetization the first time? Mm-hmm. He was sitting there jumping in spaces where Elon was trying to talk to him and say, hey, can you give me back my monetization? I'm like, dude, so you got a mulligan and you still went and did this. All they said was just make sure you label it as AI. That's it. And they would have let you rock. And you didn't want to do that because you figured you got Elon on speed dial. Now what?
Straight up goofy.
Then he promoted his podcast, which he never does. Nobody listens to. And it doesn't matter anyway now that you're demonetized. So even if you put it on X, you're not getting money off of it for the views. You think your audience is going to go, I think he has it on YouTube. You think your audience is going to go over there and give you super chats? No. They're going to go in there and clown you.
Exactly. Just like they did with Rob Smith when he tried to be an independent. That lasted, 2 weeks? And when he found that he wasn't getting the engagement, he wasn't getting the dividends, he slowly scurried his way back into being a conservative.
MAGA. And then now what is he doing? He's shilling for Qatar.
and also, remember he just recently said that he's on that cruise, that LGBT cruise, that LGBT conservative cruise. Yeah. I sat there and I was like, do I want to clown this dude? Do I want to? So I just leave it alone.
Did you see the grip before I go? Because I got to go to work. Did you see the grip that he pulled?
No.
2016, he was hating on Trump. He had merch all over it. He still has the pictures up on Instagram. And now he pro-Trump.
Yeah, they all make that pivot. That's why I can't take none of them seriously. That's why when I was going in on Laura Looney, I said back in 2016, you was on Hillary's side, and now all of a sudden you are pro-Trump.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Well, let's see. So what is that? July? Yeah, in the middle of midterm season. Yeah, they ain't gonna pay attention to you. He ain't gonna get that back.
And you said isn't the primaries getting ready to happen?
Well, Vivek got his next month, so that's about a month away. Byron's is in August. The Georgia one is in May too. Yeah, it's about to be fun. It's gonna be fun. I gotta make sure Keisha Lance Bottoms don't become our governor. I gotta make sure. We in trouble. But yeah, that's about it. Dom, it couldn't have happened. Oh, you got to play the crash out video. You got to play it. Maybe you could do an upload on that. The crash out video was beautiful.
He had the crash out video when he was in space.
No, the crash out video. He did a 3.5 minute video. I played it today. He did a 3.5 minute video trying to explain why people hating on him.
You can send it to me.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. Yeah, let me get to work.
All right.
Yeah.
Appreciate you coming up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, shout out to KG for coming up. And we're about to bring up our last person. Let me just say that this is the last person coming up, so nobody else click the link. If you see it, don't click it. Gnome King, what's going on?
What's up, TR? How you doing, brother? Salute to everybody in the chat.
Doing good.
Yeah, I wanted to go back to the case where I can't pronounce the Ukrainian girl's name, but the one in Charlotte.
Yeah, you can just say that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that guy. Another sister that came up, I forget her name, but the sister that was up earlier, she spoke about how they basically got the selective outrage when it comes to us that commit the violent crimes, like the mass shooters. Most of them don't have no medical history of mental illness, this, that, and the third. But that brother in particular, the one in Charlotte with the bus incident, he definitely has a long history of the schizophrenia. It came out later, but this dude also has a long track record. That's not his first violent offense against another civilian somewhere. Yeah. He just happened all perfect.
It's documented that he has been diagnosed with schizophrenia, and you're right, he has a long history of having violent offenses. It's just that this one is the most one because he actually took someone's life. The other ones were more like just assault. This one actually he snuffed somebody out on a public transit, and it was caught on camera, and in front of a bunch of witnesses. So yeah, this is his most, without the shadow of a doubt, his most violent offense.
Most definitely. Then, because it was a short time frame where you had public mode of transportation incidents going on. That was the one that happened here in North Carolina and Charlotte that I can remember. And around the same time, it was within a couple weeks, I got another story I heard. I don't know if it was New York or Chicago. It was one of the northern city states. It was a guy on a bus, and he set somebody on fire or some shit like that. I don't know if it was a train or the bus in Chicago or New York, but he did it more than one time too. It was one time was on a train or a bus, and then another time he caught somebody at a gas station. It's followed them and shit with the gas can, and doused them in gas, lit them on fire. That brother also has a long history of, you know, mental instability, being admitted to psych wards and things like that. So it's like they want to choose to ignore this stuff when it's black men dealing with these issues that don't have friends and family, don't have support systems. They don't have nobody to call and they don't have anywhere to go. So they dependent on a system that's set up to fail them. And it's like the ruling class, they just choosing not to see that.
And also too, I saw, and you probably noticed it too, and I'm sure a lot of other people did as well, because it happened more than once. So last year we saw two major incidents. You had the Carmelo Anthony, Austin Metcalf situation. You had the Shiloh Hendricks situation with the board apart, and you had what happened on the train. If you notice, and we can start with Carmelo Anthony. I said that incident right there should have remained an isolated thing. It should have just been contained to just that area, if not the whole state of Texas. But people like Matt Walsh got a hold of it and turned it into, oh, this black kid took out this white kid for this and this and this, and now white people are oppressed. It's an anti-white thing, and that's how that blew up. Then you had the Shiloh Hendricks thing that happened in the park. They practically almost made her a millionaire within a matter of a month after she called a autistic black kid the N-word multiple times. Then you had the situation down in North Carolina where that happened. It was a black guy that took out a white woman, even though she wasn't from America. And you had people like Charlie Kirk, before he passed, took that and blew it up, just like how Matt Walsh did with Carmelo Anthony, into turning it into is a black guy took out a white person and white people are under attack. So see how they did that. And the thing is, it had nothing, the first and third incidents had nothing to do with the race of the victims. That second one did, though. But they turned it into, we're going to support this woman because if Carmelo Anthony can get all this money on a give, send, go, we're going to come behind it and give her all this money. They literally, I did a whole video about this. They literally turned it into a who can make the most money competition. These people are evil, okay? I don't know how much more plain put I can make this.
That's facts. Like I said it in the comment section earlier. Like I ain't gonna scroll up to my comment, but I was like, Uncle Phil, Uncle Phil, Philip Scott, whatever, he said it on his channel, like where he talked about all the backbiting and stuff with the government shutdown when we had the shutdown a few months ago. Like, man, these people always fighting with each other. Like it's like the only way they. Like and then the post you read from Trump, like he just walking in the room throwing them windmill haymakers at everybody, like everybody getting a shot from dude because it's like the pressure is on him from Epstein files. So like he's swinging at everybody right now that he felt is not 100% committed to his cause, but it just shows they can't get along. Just like Uncle Phil said, just like you basically just said, relating it to us. That's the only way that they can get along with each other. It sounds like once they get past a certain tax bracket, income scale, certain level of social status, they can only get along with each other, man, when it come down to keeping the boot on us, to oppress us. Like, that's the only time they can get along with each other.
I said that's under the umbrella of white supremacy. That's where their unification usually begins and ends. Anything outside of that, when it's the infighting, that's why I said, remember at a time they were always saying that black people need to go back to Africa, things like that. I said, let's hypothetically say that black people like us, we was not in existence in the US. Like you couldn't find one black person around. And you know what? Take the biracials out too. Remove them. It's nothing here but them and every other group. All they're going to do is go after other groups, and then when they go after them, and when there's nothing left and it's only them, then that's when they can say it's a class thing. Because they try to do the thing of it's not racism, it's classism. I said we ain't about to play that game either. We're not about to do that either, because if it was a classist thing, it would just be a rich versus the poor, the have and have-nots, and we know that's not the case because there are people who are black who are haves as well, and they get treated like they're have-nots from the so-called dominant society. So we're not about to do the class thing.
I feel you on that, and that's where they trying to take it, and that's why I like the video. I don't know if you saw it in the comment section when you showed the guy that set the factory on fire with the toilet paper.
Yeah,
like I'm about to get real with shit now. Like people, whether people know it or not, you about to start seeing a whole lot more of that shit, because it's like with all of this going on, this failing economy and this war popping off, and they spending hundreds of billions of dollars on a war that nobody wants. They constantly tightening the grip on all of us, what we able to do and how we able to move financially. So it's like, at what point are people gonna stand up and actually turn the directive back to them, like shine the light back on them?
Yeah.
You know, setting factories on fire, I'm not really condoning that, but what I am saying about what that guy did, even though he not one of us, he's an immigrant from somewhere else, but the fact still remains, everybody getting crushed by this economy. So like, when is enough gonna be enough? When people gonna get tired of this shit and quit trying to function like everything is normal? Everything's not normal about this. So like,
and you're right about that. Like that, and that's one thing I forgot to mention when I was talking about that, is that with him doing that, who's to say that a copycat is not going to pop up? You know,
it's definitely going to be one.
And the thing about it is, this guy was so bold with it. He didn't just merely burn down this warehouse. He recorded himself doing it and saying, and basically saying why he's doing it, and went and like literally went through the process of him showing him lighting each part on fire. And he made sure that everything burned. That's why I said, even though as messed up as that is, and it really is, because 2 million square feet, that's a lot of ground to cover. That's a lot of land. Yeah. Thankfully, it was only contained to that one area, because if it had spread, he would have been dealing with a whole lot more, especially with how they were dealing with the wildfires last year. But really, at the end of the day, like, that's why I said I could see both sides of it. He said that the warehouse that he was working at was not paying him and the people there a livable wage. And like I said, California is expensive to live in. It's one of the most expensive places to live in. But on the flip side, those people that you were working with still lost their jobs, and now they have no money coming in. So let's be real here. The people that was working there, let's put it this way. The guy who set that fire, he is more safer locked up than he's out outside, because them co-workers would have found him and they would have done something to him. He probably would have made it to the inside, because the thing is, even though they probably weren't on a livable wage, they were making something. So there was some kind of support there. Now they're making nothing. They are out of a job.
They out of a job, and all of the money that would have been made, you know, when it comes to actually destroying that place, the owner is about to get that. They about to collect that insurance payout.
They said it was about $500 million in damages. He said in the video that he was hoping that it was going to cost them $1 billion. It was only $500 million, so he didn't even reach his goal even in that. He thought he was causing $1 billion in damages, and it said only $500 million.
Yeah, if he would have worked in construction, he probably would have gave a better guess and been able to ballpark it, like what the property is worth, how much it would have costed. Because, you know, I used to do that shit before. Like, you know, cost of materials, labor, time, hours and days and weeks and months. You can kind of factor in a billing statement for the entirety of a project and be like, this would have been worth this much. Yeah. But if he never worked in construction, he never would have thought to do that. But that's what I'm saying. You're going to start seeing more wild and irrational acts like that, where people just get fed up and they crash out. But that don't mean people need to lay down and go back to sleep, get rocked back to sleep and keep acting like shit is regular, like go back to praying, marching, and trying to vote our way out of this bullshit. Like, no, we got to attack the system the way he did. It's just got to be strategic. But we had leaders, and not government plants, but like all these people are black, by the way, that they gave us the game on how to attack the system and actually overthrow this oppressive government. Number one, you know what I'm saying? Malcolm X, self-defense, self-governance by any means. Marcus Garvey, financially liberate self and group. Then, you know, Martin Luther King he was about the peaceful kumbaya stuff, but he was the one that set off the boycotts, attack their pockets, stop buying from them, stop paying into the system that's oppressing you. Do for self, be self-sufficient, not partake in paying them to oppress you. It will hurt them. If the collective of people do that for long enough, and it's been done before because our people did it during, you know, the civil rights era, Jim Crow, all that stuff. That's how black people got shit done. But it's going to take more than black people on a collective scale for the entirety of the states to get this government off of us, to get their system off of us, because it's crushing everybody. This is just the beginning. Like with that dude setting that plant on fire and he costing hundreds and thousands, however many people that was working with him, cost them all their jobs. This is just the beginning. If shit keep getting worse, people gonna see a lot more of that. So I'm telling y'all, I don't know people in the chat. I don't know what state y'all in, what city, but be prepared to see more because people getting tired. Like everybody fed up. So you gonna see more of that shit. But our leaders that we had before gave us the game. That's how we need to execute. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna go too far into that because YouTube like to cut people live streams and shit like that. But I ain't gonna hold you up. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you bringing me on. I want everybody in the chat, man, enjoy y'all weekend and keep showing Brother Taurean Rain his love, man, bringing us these good videos, this good content. Y'all keep up the love, man. Keep shit going, man. Be one.
Shout out to Gnome King for coming up and rounding us out with the panel discussions. And also shout out to Retro Gemini for the 10. He said, shout out to you, Taurean, and the new Blacc Media family. Love you all. Appreciate it. Yeah, so this was a very good weekly recap live here, and everyone came up and made their points and made their voices be heard. But yeah, this was definitely one for the books, I would definitely say. But we are about to get up out of here, y'all. That is bringing this to an end. And also, like I said, tomorrow would have been True Crime Sunday, but I'm unavailable to do it tomorrow. So it's going to happen next Sunday. But what I'm going to do is I typically don't upload videos on the weekend, but I said I'm going to give y'all a bonus video, like give y'all a video tomorrow. It was actually a video that was supposed to go up yesterday, but I replaced it with the NBC Gen Z slang thing video. I replaced it with that one. So that's going to go up in place of it tomorrow. So I'm going to upload that now and then put the premiere window up probably maybe tomorrow morning. And it'll be up around 10 a.m. like, as you know, per usual, or maybe 12. I'm not entirely sure, but you'll see it tomorrow. And that's pretty much it. But y'all enjoy the rest of your day. It's a beautiful day outside. Go outside, touch some grass, do all the good things. Shout out to everyone who donated. Shout out to the members, the mods, the people in Discord, everybody, all of that good stuff. Also, shout out to Scoop. Hit me with the 5. He said, I used to work over them, surprised, and more warehouses didn't burn. That whole area is full of them. I appreciate it. I said the same thing. Luckily, nothing else burned and just stay contained to that one area. But y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe. Stay hydrated. But most importantly, be one.